Hey, everybody, it's Jade. And it's like pretty much, well. Here we are on a Wednesday. If you haven't heard, read, seen, whatever, there have been allegations of domestic violence that have surfaced as of last night regarding Minnesota Vikings running back Dalvin Cook. So the originator of the story of the breaking news was none other than Adam Schefter. He broke the story last night via Twitter. And ever since then, there has been so much swirling about stories, statements, pictures, videos. This is definitely going to have to go through the legal system and go to court and all of that stuff. I mean, I shouldn't even say definitely. It would lead me to assume with everything that's going on that this whole thing is going to have to go to court, going to have to go to trial by assumption. And there's so much stuff that has come out that has like changed stories, different stories from, each party. And who knows what's actually going on? And again, they're going to have to figure all of that stuff out. So I'm not in any position to choose one side over the other, but a side that I will stand beside and will always choose is that domestic violence is never the answer, and nobody, regardless of gender, regardless of whatever it is, should have to deal with that at all. At all. It's very sad. It's quite sad and tragic. And I hope everybody that is involved in this gets help and healing and peace that they all deserve, that everybody deserves. So if any of these things turn out to be true, these allegations, it's very disturbing and again, very sad. So I hope everybody gets, again, the help and healing and the serenity, peace that everybody deserves. And domestic violence is never the answer. So it's just quite the situation. And legal proceedings to ensue, I would imagine. And so the Vikings, they released a statement on this. So I will pull it up right here so we can all kind of take a little gander at it. If you have not seen it or read it, heard it, whatever, you get it. So I got this from NFL.com here. So the Vikings, basically, we recently received notification from Dalvin Cook's legal representative regarding a situation that occurred between Dalvin and a female acquaintance in November of 2020 and led to an ongoing dispute between the parties, the statement read. Upon learning this, we immediately notified the NFL. We are in the process of gathering more information and will withhold further comment at this time. So clearly the Vikings, they had to say something about it. And the NFL also released a statement. All right, let's see. The Vikings notified the league of the matter. We will decline further comment at this time. Okay, no, they don't need to know my location right now. We'll block that. Okay, so yeah, and I forgot too that this was an incident from a year ago, this alleged incident from a year ago. And so Courtney Cronin, who covers the team for ESPN, she tweeted last night that Dalvin Cook meets with the media every Wednesday in season. I've been told he is planning to show up to TCO Performance Center tomorrow, and there are no changes to his availability as of right now. So if that's the case, he'll have a chance to address the alleged incident that came to light earlier this evening publicly for the first time and in practice in the afternoon. So this was last night. So that Wednesday, that would be today. So we'll see if Dalvin does show up for this, that he's scheduled to. It sounds like as of last night, still slated to show up. And it's around like 10:30, 11 Central Time. Possibly some stuff is happening, has been released since I started filming this. And, stuff has just changed so quickly and so much stuff has just come out. So, again, that's just never the answer. And, it's really sad. And, sad for everybody involved. And I just wanted to pull up the Planetary Stuff of just what's going on with with this story and just with what's going on for everybody. And for those of you that are not new, you know how I like astrology and all of those things. So if you're still watching, thank you. I just wanted to touch on this a little bit and just for everybody, especially today. So we have some challenging placements with the planets, and then what the planets are doing, they affect us in different ways. So Mars and Mercury are currently kind of like side to side, sitting on top of each other, so to speak, what's called a conjunction. So Mars can bring energy to things, but it can also bring some anger. And sitting right next to Mercury, Mercury is our communication planet. So all forms of communication. And then those two planets are in a square, or they have these two planets right here in Scorpio. They are in tension with the moon, which is everyone's emotions. And in regards to what I'm looking at right now, it involves the people. And Saturn. Saturn is a planet that will slow things down, that will create blockages and will create delays. So there's a lot of tension. So just a heads up for everybody, especially today, if you feel like people are getting very frustrated, getting very angry at you, there's constantly blocks where you're trying to push forward. Try not to get frustrated. Try to keep the energy specific, zero in on what you want to do, and try to not kind of lower yourself to anyone else's level that might be popping off or getting angry. And it's also really interesting if we look at this just within regards to this story that just came out, this allegations with Dalvin Cook here, that it kind of goes into play because this Mars and Mercury conjunction here, the side-by-side anger communication, it's in Scorpio right now. And Scorpio involves what's private, things that are underneath the surface, secrets. And then there's tension with that coming to light with the sun and Saturn being in Aquarius. Aquarius rules online. So secret, private information got released online that had been building over some time. Again, Saturn creates blockages and slows things down. So the story has been building up for a while, and now it's revealed. And then we have Jupiter also hanging out over here very close to all of this action. Jupiter can bring good luck in things, but in this instance, I'm looking at it, it's expanding all of this public platform, public, player, celebrity of a sense. So just quite interesting. And we have an eclipse coming up on the 19th of this month, and eclipse things, they end things. And so we'll see how that plays out just with everybody. And I just wanted to share that just because I find it very fascinating, interesting. I'm always looking at this stuff. And one more thing I wanted to touch on, I do not know Dalvin Cook's chart. These are just the planets where they are in Minneapolis right now at 10 a.m. this morning, Central Time. But I do know that Dalvin has a sun in Leo. So the sun right here is in Scorpio. Again, we're all in Scorpio season. So secrets, things hidden underneath private information. Scorpio also involves death, rebirth, trash, getting rid of that. So the sun, Dalvin's sun, is in what's called an opposition. So it is in polar opposite to Uranus over here in Taurus. Uranus can bring surprises, shocking things, sudden, things out of nowhere. And that is also in that tension with online things over here with Saturn, Jupiter, and the moon in Aquarius. So there's a little bit of a surprise that came up over some time for Dalvin Cook that is now affecting his overall being, his ego being the sun. So anyway, I'm moving on now. I could keep going with this astrological stuff, but I'm going to move on now to some positive stuff. And then, of course, it is Wolves Wednesday, so got to touch on the Timberwolves. So anyway, I hope everybody kind of enjoyed that little astrological dive there. Anyway, moving on, here we go. So some purple positivity for us after, some purple negativity, I guess. Anyway, so there's always positive and negative, right? Got to balance it out. Now, as of 2 hours ago, it looks like, Chris Tomlinson tweeted out that Kene Nwangu was named NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Snaps. He had that amazing punt return, kickoff return, whatever. I don't even remember how many yards that was, but it was amazing. And then he was also part of the fake punt, which was great, but then the Vikings failed to do nothing with. But we're gonna kind of shove that to the side right now, I guess, because we're focusing on the good things. So anyway, and then what else? Oh yeah, Wolves Wednesday. Here we go. I know I said positivity, but we do have to touch on the Timberwolves because it is Wolves Wednesday after all. Oh, Karl Anthony Towns. I think this just sums it up right here. Yeah, clearly frustrated Cat after the Timberwolves lost. This was from the 8th, and it's the 10th today, so this is a couple days ago. And Karl, it hurts real bad. Yeah, I mean, it says it all right there. I mean, I think that could be a Minnesota mood right now, just for everything going on. And the Timberwolves, they are at the Golden State Warriors this evening. The Warriors, what are they? They're 9-1, and the Wolves, they're 3-6. So, and wouldn't that just be in typical like Minnesota fashion too, like Minnesota sports fashion, if the Wolves would win in Golden State or beat Golden State? It would just be so like chef's kiss to Minnesota sports. And moving on to the Minnesota Wild. Hey, they're doing something so far. They're 8-3-0, and they are at the Coyotes, who aren't really howling that much because the Coyotes, they're 1-10-1. So that that'll be tonight, this evening. So it might have to turn Wolves Wednesday into Wolves and Wild Wednesday, or just Wild Wednesday in general, just with like, that just goes all across the board. I mean, everything going wild, going crazy. And so one other thing that doesn't involve Minnesota sports, but it involves the Minnesota Vikings by proxy, because the evil to the east, they got some drama over there. Yeah, there's some drama. There's some drama in the NFC North right now, but if we could just creep on over to the evil. So, well, what do we have over here? Shailene Woodley and her fiance. Yeah, her fiance has been in the news recently. So, this came from Page 6, obviously. So, this was on Tuesday, I believe. So, this must have just been yesterday. Yeah, this was just yesterday. Basically, Shailene coming out to defend her fiance here in a situation. Basically, so the paparazzi falsely identified this guy over here as Shailene's fiance, which would then be him breaking the like COVID protocol of staying like isolated and all that stuff. So what does she have to do? She's going to have to come defend her man here. Yeah, she is. And how is she going to do that? How is she going to tell us? Not by being like, you guys, look, it's clearly not him. I mean, it's clearly not him. He wears different shoes than that. You guys, nope, that's not the approach here. It's going a little deeper than that. So basically she came out and she said, I know he who shall not be named's body very, very well, capital on very over here, very well. First off, his feet, and no offense to this rando dude, are a lot bigger. Wink fig. Nobody asked. Excuse me while I go throw up. Nobody asked. And the fact that like trying to push that's what you lead with. Oh no. Oh, this fake relationship. It needs to be done. And so she continued to go on and she called it straight up hilarious that the paparazzi are finding random effing men on the streets of LA and saying it's him. I mean, that's kind of, okay, I get it. You got to defend your man, girl. You got to defend your man. But I'm not even going to, if y'all want to see what Page 6 led with, the title of this story, you can find it, page6.com. And like, they led with a different headline. And it almost makes me throw up. So I'm not going to put it on there. And I'm just going to save you all, from throwing up in your mouth a little bit. But if you want to see the headline to that article, go over to Page 6. So, evil to the east, there's drama over there too. Drama everywhere. And the fact that there's so much drama within the NFL with like the domestic violence, the allegations with Dalvin Cook, and that's not the first, of the league. Of course not. That's not the first. And is there going to be any sort of suspensions or anything like that? And then the COVID protocol that the NFL clearly like they were not like zeroing in on. There's been a lot of players that haven't been wearing masks do. So it seems like, okay, the Minnesota Vikings, they need a reboot and a revamp. The whole NFL needs a reboot and a revamp, I think, at this point in time. Just saying. Anyways, so that's all I have for everybody on this, it's Wednesday. But regardless of all this stuff, again, the planetary things, remember that. Try to avoid the frustration. If you can, just be careful out there, and we got to just kind of float along and do our best in the planetary instances, or just, in life. So everybody take care. Thank you again for joining me. Thanks so much too for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of your great comments. I try to respond to all of them, but it takes me a minute sometimes. So thank you for being patient, but I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. And I will be live streaming. The plan is tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, Ravens, Miami Dolphins. So swing by if you want. I'll be there. But everybody take care and peace out for now.